Okay, so hello everyone, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Now, every time I say hello everyone, I remember the silly post I read that said that we shouldn't greet when we start our lives. I don't agree. You can tell me, what do you think about greeting or not greeting? But anyway, let's jump quickly into what we want to talk about today. So today I want to talk about um, hiring virtual assistants, more or less like the intro. Oh, see what I'm saying? This is like a drone. Is it a drone? Okay, see what he's doing. He's pushing. It's okay. We will push it, then leave it for a bit. I think it kind of keys into our idea anyway of what we want to talk about today, which is getting assistance. For some of us, we are such how do I say it? We are such perfectionists that we struggle with the idea of anyone helping us to do anything. And while it's great to be good at so many things, I think the more effective people are people that identify their strengths and focus more on their strengths. Um, when they identify their weaknesses, yes, they try to beef up the weaknesses, but they don't expend too much time trying to beef it up. It's good to have competence, increase your skill and competency, but while you're in the middle of it, how about you outsource those areas that you're not so strong in to someone for whom it is a strength, and you can then move on and hopefully learn as you go. And one of the things that many of us could really do well with is our time management. Time management. And so one thing, the reason why I'm talking about virtual assistants is that for individuals as well as for business owners, I'll start with individuals. So you know that you're busy at work, you have a lot of deadlines, you have a lot of things to do and all of that, and maybe God is now giving you a vision about how to for personal branding, things he wants you to do, like he wants you to reach a community of young mothers, for example, and just share your knowledge that you have. But you're looking at it that me, that 24 hours is not enough for me already. You want me to now start doing this one again? God, send somebody else. It's sounding like Moses. But you know what you could do? If you do hire a virtual assistant, you could outsource the routine parts. There are some things that don't require you to do. So, for example, sending emails. For example, scheduling meetings. Another example, calendar management, making sure that nothing conflicts with anything. So imagine if you hired a virtual assistant and show your virtual assistant the things you want to do, because that's what I did. Because God began to give me things he wanted me to do. For example, this profile that I'm on, God gave me many ideas on things I needed to do. I knew I couldn't do everything in my 24 hours. So what did I do? Initially, I hired a virtual assistant who was living far away from me. And for other reasons, I'll have that conversation later. It didn't work out between herself and myself. Not because there's any problem with hiring a virtual assistant, but because she was not the right fit for me. I hired based on sentiment. It was a sentimental decision, and it didn't work out. But I didn't give up on the idea of getting an assistant. In my case, it worked out that I was able to then get an assistant that is actually in the same location as I am. So it works well for me. But so today I just want to focus on why you need an assistant. Then we'll talk about the virtues of getting a virtual assistant versus having a personal assistant, and how to make each one work depending on which one you have. But today I just want to introduce you to the concept of getting help, because a good number of us don't know that we probably need to get help. So for me, when I realized, when God began to give me that full list of things, I now had to download the blueprint, because one of the reasons why people fail when they ask for help is that they haven't itemized what exactly it is they want their helper to do for them. So you hire a virtual assistant. All you had was go and tend to a community of young women. how, when, how frequent, why, what needs are we dealing with. So they now want the virtual assistant to do that work then for them, and it is possible anyway. But that will not be the virtual assistant that will be doing your day-to-day execution. You can hire someone that, for example, you can talk with us. We can have a clarity session where we talk and we agree on what needs to be done, when, why, how frequently, what platform should you use, etc. We can have that conversation, but you don't outsource that to the virtual assistant that you hire to be doing calendar management, right? So you could book a clarity session. Let's talk. Let's flesh out that idea that God has given you, and then when we now have the details, the action steps, when we've broken it down into what needs to be done, then we can bring in that virtual assistant who will then begin to execute. And of course, you're not going to hands off totally from, and the virtual assistant will run everything. That's part of the reasons why the virtual assistant thing doesn't work, because you don't even give oversight. Some people will just hand everything over to the virtual assistant or to the assistant, whether virtual or personal, right? No, you don't. You need to also still spend some time. So what I do with my assistant is I've given her like a breakdown of the things I want to get done, and so every day we actually touch base. I touch base. She comes to meet me in the office, so we are able to talk, and I tell her this is okay. Any issues with what we did yesterday? We have like a quick 15-minute conversation. Is there anything you need me to input from me on? So she says yes, no, blah blah, whatever. But on the weekends when I have time, I now get the opportunity to review all she has done. I look at how frequently this, and then in the mornings I have the phone with me. That's why I'm doing the live today, and that's why I decided to start doing that. I have the phone so I can also quickly check some things, do some things, clean some things out that she didn't do well. So I'm able to give her feedback and tell her that, oh, you should have done this way, you should have done this that way. So you will still need to devote time. Your virtual assistant is not going to do everything for you, but they are going to make your life easier. But you need to organize a bit for them to be able to help you. So thank you for listening to me today, and I have a community of virtual assistants. Yes, God led me. That's part of the things that God led me to start, which is the reason why I knew I needed an assistant, because I won't be able to give them the focused attention. But we have a community, so that way once you invite us to your space, we're able to help you depending on whatever skills you want. We have a community, and you can sign up to join to be a client in our community as low as 25,000 naira. Of course, you know that depending on the services you want, it may be more. But the lowest we have on offer for you is 25,000 naira. I guess per month. We will we do by task. So depending on what task you want, we will batch your tasks. We do everything, calendar, schedule your emails, etc. for you. So please reach out to us. Let's talk. We are happy to serve you. Have a blessed day. Thank you.